Yo YouTube, what going on? You know it's your boy Sadiq and we're back in here for another. We're back in here for another video, man. Yo, shout out to the Cold Gang for being in here, for being consistent, yo, for being disciplined with you. That's all we can ask for. In fact, that's all you can ask of yourself. Simply put, if we are disciplined, if we are consistent, and day by day we stick to our goals and we stick to what we set out to do, success is imminent. In fact, success is inevitable. Now let's get into the video. Alright, so here what's up. It's about to rain. Obviously the sky is heavily overcast, but I have to crank out this video for you today. That's not discipline. You hear the thunder? Yup, it's coming. But I need to crank out this one. And it's a very important video. Have you ever considered the importance of solitude? Yeah, I said it, the importance of solitude. And that's the title of the video today. Why we should spend more time alone. There's an emotional osmosis that takes place between human beings. The psychologist Friedrich Nietzsche, he once said that this emotional osmosis is more, and it is particularly potent in terms of negative states of being. Now just ruminate on that for a while. Emotional osmosis and negative states of being. We can surround ourselves with friends, we can surround ourselves with acquaintances, but inevitably they will begin to influence us and they will begin to affect our self-realization, and they can negatively impact how far we go on our journey. There was a quote once, I love this quote. It says, "The measure of a man is demonstrated in his character, and your character is exhibited when no one is looking." I mean, we can logically conclude from that statement that we know who we really are when we are alone. When no outside forces, when we're not pelted upon by the social surroundings, when other people's opinions don't matter, when we don't have to put on a persona. Langston Hughes wrote a poem, it was entitled "We Wear the Mask." Though at the time it was speaking of, that poem was addressing social issues in Harlem in America at the time. I always like to listen to that poem as something more personal. We indeed wear the mask. We wear social masks every day. The person you are while you are at home, you are not that person while you're on the road. You're not that person while you're dealing with business. Ooh, that's thunder. You are not that person while you're trying to be romantic. Understand that each individual wears many faces. Yeah, we wear many faces. And there's nothing wrong with this, but there comes a time when all these many faces become confusing. And it is hard for one to really understand who we really are. So the question is, do you know who you really are? Who you really are comes back down to our values, our beliefs, the things that you will live for, the things that you will die for, the things that you cherish in life. And I am not being absurd by making the claim that we can be heavily influenced by our surroundings, by our immediate social surroundings on these things. So let me put a value of mine in place. The thunder is coming heavily. I can see the rain. I can see clearly now. Alright. I can say for myself, one of my values is simply not being promiscuous. It's not being promiscuous. And it has a lot to do with my Christian beliefs. It has a lot to do with my relationship with Christ. Of course, this is not a religious channel and I'm not here to impose my beliefs on anyone. But simply put, I'm sharing a value of mine. But when I go out into broader society and I'm surrounded by young males my age and older who do not share this value. In fact, they share a value system that's contrary to what I believe in. Over time, what can be expected is an erosion, a progressive erosion in what I believe in. You understand? And I begin to adapt alternative mindsets. And it doesn't demonstrate weakness of character. It simply demonstrates human nature. We are social creatures. So our mechanisms are social adapters. And we adapt to different surroundings and different environments based upon our ideals and our value systems. And of course, these can be influenced. And in terms of what we are dealing with here, we're all about, that was lightning, a bolt of lightning. I need to leave this place urgently. But in terms of what we are dealing with here, we're talking about your journey. We are talking about your growth as an individual. If everyone around you, which is, I would go out on a limb and say 90% of people we meet on a day-to-day basis are living below their potential. If 90% of the people are living below their potential and you are surrounded by these people, what does that say? What does that say for you? Slowly but surely, what will begin to happen is that you will begin to adopt that mindset. You will begin to doubt the courage. You'll begin to lack the courage, for want of a better expression, to pursue your dreams. Simply because we are oppressed by other people. But we can avoid the downward pull of other people. And I'll tell you how. It's quite simple. Take some time each day to be alone. Isolation can be detrimental. In fact, in many countries, it is used as a form of punishment. We call it solitary confinement. It is used as a source of punishment for hardened criminals. But isolation can be a very good thing when it comes to realizing one's true self. And we'll be discussing this here briefly because the lightning will not strike me today. So isolation. Spend at least 1 hour alone. 1 hour doing something that you love to do. And I would prefer that in that 1 hour you spend some time to reflect on who you are. Not the mask that you wear. Not the one that wants to be gregarious and accepted by people. But who you really are. What do you value? What do you love? What would you die for? What are you striving towards? When these things are outlined and they are delineated by you, you will simply have a solid view of who you are as a person. Then you can go out into the world, you can go out and have friends. But simply put, solitude is not only amazing, it is necessary for the individuation process. It is necessary when we begin to know who we really are. So this is Sadiq saying, this is Cool World Motivation, giving you inspiration. We're not challenge cartel today. But big up, blessings and peace to you. If I stayed here any longer, I would probably die.